Our Bible reading today will be Joshua 19 and 20 and Luke 5, 17 through 39. Joshua chapter 19. And the second light came forth to Simeon, even for the tribe of the children of Simeon, according to their families, and their inheritance was within the inheritance of the children of Judah. And they had in their inheritance Beersheba and Sheba and Moladah and Hazar Shual and Bayat and Belial and Azim, or Bela and Azim, and El-Tolad and Bethuel and Hormah and Ziklag and Beth Markaboth and Hazar Sushan, Hazar Sushah and Beth Lebaoth and Sharuthan, 13 cities and their villages, Ain, Rimmon, and Ether, and Ashan, 4 cities and their villages, and all the villages that were round about these cities, to Baal, Athbir, Ramoth of the south. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Simeon according to their families. Out of the portion of the children of Judah was the inheritance of the children of Simeon, for the part of the children of Judah was too much for them. Therefore the children of Simeon had their inheritance within the inheritance of them. And the third lot came up for the children of Zebulun, according to their families, and the border of their inheritance was unto Sarid, and their border went up toward the sea, and Maralah, and reached to Dababsheth, and reached to the river that is before Jokneam, and turned from Sarid eastward toward the sun rising unto the border of Chisla-Tabor, and goeth out to Dabarath, and goeth up to Japhia, and from thence passeth on along the east to Gittahepher and Atachazan, and goeth out to Rimmon, Methar to Neah, Remnon Methar to Neah, and the border compasseth it on the north side to Hanathon, and the outgoings thereof, and the village of Jephthael, and Ketah, and Nahalel, and Shimron, and Adalah, and Bethlehem, 12 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the children of Zebulun according to their families, these cities with their villages. And the fourth lot came to Issachar, for the children of Issachar according to their families. And their border was toward Jezreel, and Chisoloth, and Shunem, and Haphraim, and Sihon, and Anaharath, and Rabbith, and Kishon, and Abez, and Remeth, and Enganim, and Enhadah, and Bethphazez, and the coast reacheth to Tabor, and Shahazamah, and Bethshemesh, and the outgoings of their border were at Jordan, 16 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Issachar, according to their families, the cities, and the villages. And the fifth lot came out for the tribe of the children of Asher, according to their families. And their border was Helkath, and Halah, and Beton, and Ashap, and Alamelech, and Amad, and Mishael, and reacheth to Carmel westward, and to Sahor-Libnath, and turneth toward the sunrise, and to Beth-Dagon, and reacheth to Zebulun, and to the valley of Jephthahel, toward the north side of Beth-lamech, and Neiel, and goeth out to Kabul on the left hand, and Hebron, and Rehob, and Haman, and Cana, even unto great Zidon, and then the coast turneth to Ramah, and to the strong city Tyre, and the coast turneth to Hosah, and the outgoings thereof are at the sea from the coast to Akzib, Yuma also, and Aphek, and Rehob, 22 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the tribe of Asher, according to their families, these cities with their villages. The sixth lot came out to the children of Naphtali, even for the children of Naphtali, according to their families. And their coast was from Helep, from Alon to Zaanannim, and Adamah, Nekeb, Jabneel, unto Lakum, and the outgoings thereof were at Jordan. And then the coast turneth westward to Aznath-Tabor, and goeth out from hence to Hukkok, and reaches to Zebulun on the north side, and reaches to Asher on the west side, and Judah upon the Jordan toward the sun rising. And the fenced cities are Zidom, Zer, and Hamath, Rekath, and Chinnereth, and Adamah, and Ramah, and Hazor, and Kadesh, and Edrei, and En-Hazor, and Aaron, and Migdal, Horam, and Bethanath, and Bethshemesh, 19 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Naphtali, according to their families, the cities, and their villages. And the seventh lot came out for the tribe of the children of Dan, according to their families. And the coast of their inheritance was Zorah, and Eshtaol, and Irshemesh, and Sha'al-Alban, and Ajalon, and Jethlah, and Elon, and Timnathah, and Ekron, and El-Tekoa, and Gibbethon, and Baalath, and Jehud, and Ben-Berak, and Gath-Rimmon, and Mejarkon, and Rakon, with the border before Japho. And the coast of the children of Dan went out too little for them. Therefore the children of Dan went up to fight against Leshem, and took it, and smote it with the edge of the sword, and possessed it, and dwelt therein, and called Leshem Dan, after the name of Dan their father. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Dan, according to their families, these cities with their villages. When they had made an end of dividing the land for inheritance by their coast, the children of Israel gave an inheritance to Joshua, the son of Nun, among them. According to the word of the Lord, they gave him the city which he asked, even Timnath-Serah in Mount Ephraim, and he built the city and dwelt therein. These are the inheritances which Eleazar the priest and Joshua the son of Nun, and the heads of the fathers of the tribes of the children of Israel, divided for an inheritance. Baalite and Shiloh before the Lord at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. So they made an end of dividing the country. Joshua chapter 20. The Lord also spake unto Joshua, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, saying, Appoint out for you cities of refuge, whereof I spake unto you by the hand of Moses, that the slayer that killeth any person unawares and unwittingly may flee thither, and they shall be your refuge from the avenger of blood. And when he that doth flee unto one of these cities shall stand at the entering of the gate of the city, and shall declare his cause in the ears of the elders of that city, they shall take him into the city unto them, and give him a place that he may dwell among them. And if the avenger of blood pursue after him, then they shall not deliver the slayer up into his hand, because he smote his neighbor unwittingly, and hated him not beforetime. And he shall dwell in that city until he stand before the congregation for judgment, and until the death of the high priest that shall be in those days. Then shall the slayer return and come unto his own city, and unto his own house, unto the city from whence he fled. And they appointed Kadesh in Galilee, and Mount Naphtali, and Shechem, and Mount Ephraim, and Kirjath-arba, which is Hebron, in the mountain of Judah. And on the other side of Jordan by Jericho eastward they assigned Bezer in the wilderness, upon the plain out of the tribe of Reuben, and Ramoth and Gilead out of the tribe of Gad, and Golan and Bashan out of the tribe of Manasseh. These were the cities appointed for all the children of Israel, and for the stranger that sojourneth among them, that whosoever killeth any person at unawares might flee thither, and not die by the hand of the avenger of blood until he stood before the congregation. Luke chapter 5, 17 through 39. And it came to pass on a certain day, as he was teaching, that there were Pharisees and doctors of the law sitting by, which were come out of every town of Galilee and Judah and Jerusalem, and the power of the Lord was present to heal them. And behold, men brought in a bed a man which was taken with palsy, and they sought means to bring him in and lay him before him. And when they could not find by what way they might bring him in because of the multitude, they went upon the housetop and let him down through the tiling with his couch into the midst before Jesus. And when he saw their faith, he said unto him, Man, thy sins are forgiven thee. And the scribes and the Pharisees began to reason, saying, Who is this which speaketh blasphemies? Who can forgive sins but God alone? But when Jesus perceived their thoughts, he answered, said unto them, What reason ye in your heart? Whether it is easier to say, Thy sins be forgiven thee, or say, Rise up and walk. But that ye may know that the Son of Man hath power upon earth to forgive sins, he said unto the sick of the palsy, I say unto thee, Arise, take up thy couch, and go into thine house. And immediately he rose up before them, and took up that whereon he lay, and departed to his own house, glorifying God. And they were all amazed, and they glorified God, and were filled with fear, saying, We have seen strange things today. And after these things he went forth, and saw a publican named Levi sitting at the receipt of custom, and he said unto him, Follow me. And he left all, rose up, and followed him. And Levi made a great feast in his own house, and there was a great company of publicans and others that sat down with him. But their scribes and Pharisees murmured against his disciples, saying, Why do ye eat and drink with publicans and sinners? And Jesus answered and said unto them, They that are whole need not a physician, but they that are sick. I came not to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance. And they said unto him, Why did the disciples of John fast often, and make prayers, and likewise the disciples of the Pharisees, but thine eat and drink? And he said unto them, Can you make the children of the bride chamber fast while the bridegroom is with them? But the days will come when the bridegroom shall be taken away from them, and then shall they fast in those days. And he spake also a parable unto them. No man putteth a piece of a new garment upon an old, if otherwise, then both the new maketh a rent, and the piece that was taken out of the old, out of the new, agreeth not with the old. And no man putteth new wine into old bottles, else the new wine will burst the bottles, and be spilled, and the bottles shall perish. But new wine must be put into new bottles, and both are preserved. No man also having drunk old wine straightway desireth new, for he saith, The old is better.